Welcome to a look at new mods on Farming Simulator 19 with me, MrSealyp. It's Tuesday the 5th of May and we have new mods. We do have a couple of updates. We've got an update to the season's Geo Baltic Sea by Nom Atom FBM. We've also got an update to the Hagenstead map by Vanquish081. That says on the update, changelog 1003, fixed problems with fields helpers, reviewed all points of sale and reduced zip size. That's come down to 134.7 megabytes for that map. Those are the two updates. As far as mods go, in front of us, I have got this. This is 3-point Bullbar. This is by Soto Modding Industries. You'll find this under weights. It's a 3-point linked. I mean, it is in essence a weight, but it acts as a bull bar pusher. You can push anything you like with it. Pallets, bales, all sorts of things. Big chunky angle iron welded together. You can see the weld lines and stuff, you know. Not bad at all. This you'll find under weights, under tools, but weights. 1,200 to buy. This will use 3 slots, and you can change the main colour to any of those in that selection option there. You've got flat black, grey, class grey, AGCO grey, vent grey, case red. Like I say, there's a few options available, and it acts just like a weight does. It's quite cool, protecting everything at the front. If you are going to be pushing bales and pallets and stuff, you can drop it down, give things a nudge around if you want to. It's entirely up to you. It's your mod. When you got it, do what you like with it. That is entirely your prerogative. That is the first of the mods for today. Next up, we've got this in the background. These are in no particular order. The same with any of my mod reviews. I just kind of do them in the order I put them down, and in my head I kind of have a wander around. This is the silo facility by MISSYB. Now MISSYB bought out a silo a while back and it was removed from the Modhub. This is the next version of. It's a big old bit of kit. Drop off point there, load up point just under here. It's big for a reason. It's to simulate the fact that this holds 900,000 litres of each product. 250 grand to buy, so when you consider the capacity of it, that's actually not too bad. I mean, initially you think that's a lot of money, but that's not all as well. Let me just jump in my tractor. I have unloaded some wheat in here already, but what we'll do, we'll back up. So 900,000 litres of each product. This will take, hang on, let's go that way. Wheat, barley, oats, canola, sunflowers, soybean, corn, potatoes, sugar beets, sugarcane, seeds, turtle mix ration, forage, chaff, wood chips, silage, grass, hay, straw, fertiliser, manure, pig food, lime, hay pellets, straw pellets. 900,000 litres of each. That's amazing. For 250 grand, I don't think that's too bad at all. I mean, as far as the detailing goes, the silos are pretty stock standard. The detail on the girders and the, you know, all the metal work looks nice. It's a nice tidy mod. Does exactly what it should do. You'll find this in placeables. You'll find it under silos. There you go. MISSYB, large silo facility, 250 grand. This will use, how many slots was this? 6. Only 6 slots for that. Not bad at all. So there you go. That's the first of our mods. Next up, going this way, we've got this. This is the Decorative House by Consi. I've said it before, I don't like to be negative about anything, and I try to find the positives in most stuff we look at. This is just purely decorative. It's not a sleep trigger or anything like that. It's very flat. It's not plain. I mean, there's loads of detail on it, but the detail is not three-dimensional at all. If you look at the light there, that's like it's a flat light on the side. The textures are just, they are very flat. I mean, I can't hide that fact. It's right there in front of you. You can see as you walk round. got the box on the outside there, but the roof itself, again, the colour is all there, but the texture and depth is missing. That's the word I'm looking for, the depth. The depth is missing. Plus, that scale of garage door is way out. You think about if you were going to put a pickup in there, the size of a garage door, if I walk up, I'm bigger than the garage door. Like I say, I don't like being negative. If someone's taken the time to mod something and put it in here, but in all honesty, it could be better, and potentially should be better. But like I say, I'm not knocking. If people are having a go at modding, and this is someone's first go, then good on them. Fantastic. But there's nothing wrong with a bit of constructive criticism. It's what it is. So, oddly as well, you won't find this under decoration, where I thought you'd find it. I found it under miscellaneous, I think, in the end. Yeah, it was under miscellaneous. 7,400 to buy, and it will use 6 slots as well. So, not too bad on the slot count. But there you go. It's there. It is what it is. Next up, today's bugging me a bit, I'll be honest. I'm having another one of those. I don't like to be negative, but detailing on this thing is brilliant. However, this is down in the Modhub as Barn Shed. Barn Shed by Karol, which is fine. You think, okay, we've got a new shed. Fantastic. When you actually go on to the Modhub on the website and the Modhub in here, it says Barn Shed, then it says capacity 10 pigs. It says season's ready, and the picture shows pigs in it. So I think, okay, that's a bit peculiar. So if I try and find it then, if it says pigs, I'm assuming it's under animal pens. And when I do find it, it says pig enclosure. So the website says barn shed. On here it says pig enclosure. And I'm pretty sure on the main Modhub, when I installed it, it said barn shed as well. So I'm a bit baffled by that. Anyway, 65 grand. It holds 10 pigs. It's 31 slots, which is fairly high, but there's a lot of detail. Now, the next thing I'm going to say, again, people may not be happy about it because, I'm the one doing the mod review, etc., etc. It's another one of those ones where nothing is obvious. Where triggers are, where I have honestly no idea. What I do know, by putting the help window open, like so, is the animal dialog box is here. There's nothing marked, but the animal dialog box is here. So I can load, unload, buy, sell from here. If I open this door here, I have bought 2, and I've put 2 in here, and they come in here. Now, the feed trough is... No, I think that's the water trough. But obviously that's inside here, so these doors do open. I'm assuming to fill up the water, the trigger's going to be along here somewhere. The problem is, when you're doing a mod review, it could take me ages to go around trying to figure out and work out where everything is and where everything goes. Most mods is fairly obvious, and you go around, and I've had mods like this where I've gone round and round and spent 20-30 minutes and still haven't been able to work out where anything goes. It's an odd one. The lights are also here as well. If I go to... He says, it came up a little while. Yeah, switch lights on. So the switch, I assume, is that little one there for lights, which puts the lights on all around the building, which is very nice. But you've got these little boxes, and you've got another switch one over here, which when you go near that one, nothing comes up. So it gets a little bit confusing. There's plenty of doors that open, loads of space for storage of things, but then when we get inside, it's no clearer. Where does the straw bedding go? Where does feed go? Where does the manure come out? Where does the slurry appear? Again, I could spend ages coming over here, which I have done on previous mod reviews before, with feed, with manure, with straw for bedding, with water, and gone round and round and round and round. I know some people don't like to have the trigger things on the ground and they don't think it looks realistic and stuff like that, but there needs to be some kind of clue somewhere as to what. I'm assuming the straw goes here for bedding, but then if the animals are in there, I don't know. Maybe I'm just being picky, I don't know. I apologise if I am. Up the top we've got a bit of storage possibly for bales. Getting them up there may be a little bit tricky, but there's a couple of modded ladders that you can actually get, so potentially, and if you get small bales, the little ones and the small bales, you could throw small bales up there probably. So yeah, I mean it's a bit of an odd one. I mean, like I say, I came on here not expecting it to be a pig enclosure to start off with, because it does say barn shed. So it does take pigs. You may have to spend a bit of time fiddling around trying to work out where everything goes. There's loads of texture, loads of detail and stuff on it. Right, I felt bad. So here I am. I've tested it. I'm testing it at the moment. As you can see, everything's in a different place. I came out when I started editing. I thought, no, I've got to test it. Of course, I've got to test it. So it's taken a while and a bit of driving about and a bit of moving vehicles and trying to find triggers and stuff like that. So the trigger for the animals is here, and putting them in, loading, unloading, buying, selling is there. The light switch trigger is just here to the side. As you can see, it comes up, switch light off. Now, as far as water going in, the trigger, I got the water container to about here, and it came up with the unload symbol, and the trough is the other side of the wall, just here. Open. Yeah, it's just here is the water trough. So the trigger came up and the water trough filled. As far as straw going in, I bought a trailer of loose straw down. The trigger for that popped up a little bit further up, but around the same area, about here. And when I put it in, excuse me, the straw bedding came in on the floor there. So then I went and got pig food. Now pig food, I thought, well, that's going to be... There's not a trough in there, so I wasn't sure. Actually, as it turned out, I came in the other way, because I drove through here first and nothing happened. I came in this way, and the trigger for food appeared around here. But the pig food just kind of... It's there, it's showing as being there, but there's no trough. I don't know where it actually is. It didn't fill up here. There's no trough inside, so but it did take it, so it took it from here. So as far as manure goes, manure appears here, round the back of the building, just out on this little bit here. So then it became a hunt for the slurry. And I thought, well, hang on a minute, there's a vent there, and it's coming there. Maybe it's here. No. Is it through here? No. In the end, I got in this, and if I drive forward ever so slightly now, it says start filling. So the trigger is around here at the front somewhere. I press L3, slurry, 67 litres. So the trigger for the slurry is out the front. So I kind of stand by what I was saying in that it's not obvious where the things are. It could have been anywhere. I wouldn't have expected the slurry trigger to be out here somewhere. Potentially this bit here is the slurry trigger, I don't know, but it might extend out a bit further. So there we go, that's where it all is. The water trigger is about there, straw trigger was a little bit further in, feed trigger was, but they're all right here. Manure around the back, slurry around the front here. But there you go, I felt bad, I had to test it and check it, so we will go back to resume the regularly scheduled mod review. But there you go, that's the barn shed pig enclosure by Karol. Turn that off. Next, we've got a pack. This is the GDR Hall pack by MiSSYB. There are 4 different sheds in this. I'm trying to remember the order I put them down. I think it goes Hall 1, Hall 2, Hall 3, Hall 4. But we'll have a look at those in the Modhub. Actually, we'll do that now. These you'll find under sheds. So Hall 1 is the double entranced, double doored. Hall 2 has got one on the end. Hall 3 is the one with the open sides there, and Hall 4 has got the open end to it. We start at 50 grand. The first two are 50, the next two are 30 grand. As for slot counts, they were 4 slots each. I think by the time I placed them, I suddenly thought, oh, slots. I'm sure it said 4 slots each for each of these. Nicely detailed. Lighting is all very good on here. Each one of them has a light box like that on the outside. If I press circle, lights on and off are there. If we open it up, nice lighting inside, drop down lights, plenty of doors. So this is Hall 1, so it's got double doors on both sides, plenty of space inside. Hall 2 has got the door at the end and one at the other end, so you can drive through that way. and I think the light switch is, oh, the light box is just there on this one, like so. We do get lighting on the outside as well on these, and then if I go right the way through this one, we've got the side open one here. Again, these are nice big spaces. I do like them. I like the brickwork at the bottom, and the rest of it, it looks a bit like asbestos siding. I know you're not supposed to use asbestos anymore. It does have that kind of look to it. And then the light box is over this side on this one, just there. And then we've got the one that's open at one end here. Again, big old space. Light switch is there. They're really nice actually. I like them. They are a fair size, and they do take up a big footprint, which you'd expect. And I think it kind of, I suppose it goes without saying now, you may well be new to the game. Placing any placeables, especially large ones like this, my advice would always be try and level the ground first with the landscaping tool, flatten out as best you can, and then when you place them you'll pay what it says the price is, or as close to. If you don't level the ground, whatever it says, 50 grand, 50 grand, 30 and 30, you could end up paying 75 grand, 65, you know, because it will then landscape for you, and then you could have them all uneven all over the place. So, you know, it's just a friendly bit of advice. I feel bad about that. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Let's do this one. We've got the John Deere W540. I thought we'd had a 540. Am I thinking of something else? This is the WD40. Oh no. W540 by Mlody98. It's an 8,000 litre capacity harvester. Last week we had by Mlody98 the 622X header, and it does say when you look at this on the jigsaw puzzle piece, that is the combining header that goes with it. I didn't mean as in combining, but you know what I mean, it combines with it regardless. So that came out last week, but this is the actual harvester itself. Really nicely detailed. It's not huge. Price is fairly equitable. The thing is, with harvesters and stuff now, it does come down to personal preference. It comes down to which particular brands you like. It comes down to, you know, some people will do it based on cost completely. They'll try and get the biggest capacity for the least price because they don't care about brand. Some people are all about brand, and some people have been waiting for a specific type or mod to come out due to a family tie or some sentimental kind of, they might have driven one or whatever, you know. So there's all different reasons why people pick mods, but this is a nice one. I like it. We'll jump in. Nice engine sound to it. Open it up, unfold it like so. That's it unfolded. Pipe out. Pipe works all nice and neat and tidy on the top. It looks nice. I like that. We do have beacons. 2 at the front, 1 on the back. Lighting is pretty good. And I think, yeah, there's a light on the pipe as well. I do like it when you get a light on the auger pipe. That's always a nice touch. Always very helpful when you're doing stuff into the evening, and especially at night, obviously. But then we've got, let's make sure I do the right thing. No, not that one. Indicators. Oh, there we go. So enable and disable straw swath. Like so. Nice animation on that too. In cab. Nice and tidy. Joystick movement on moving forward. And reverse. I like that. Visibility is quite good. Cycle light options. There's not a light on there I can see for beacons when you turn those on and off, but not bad at all. Horn. It says. And there you go. That's what it looks like. That's what it sounds like. Options available. If we go into the store, we'll go to harvesters. There we go, the W540, not the WD40, that's something completely different. 8,000 litre capacity, 258 horsepower. This will use 38 slots. It's fairly high on the slot count actually. Options available. We've got Trelleborgs, we've got Michelin, we've got Mitres, and back again. And that's it. Those are your options. Just tyres. No wider or narrow or anything like that. As far as price goes in sort of comparison, for an 8,000 litre, 225 grand. For that modded 2266, you've got 8,000 litres for 120 grand. I think that is the cheaper one rather than the other way around, this being more expensive. Although the 6,400 litre TC590 is 150 grand. So, yeah, I guess it's fairly pricey, I guess. I don't know. But it's a nice mod. There you go. John Deere W540 by Mlody98. Which brings me on to the last two, I think. We've got this, and this is another one today that's got me puzzled. This is the SS3 by Polycount. Now, on the website, this says tedder/rake used for tedding or raking fresh or dry forage. So the question then is it a tedder or is it a rake? So is it a windrower or is it a tedder? Now, according to the pictures on the website, it's both. So, like, okay, that's an odd one. Now, this does come with this as a separate little bit, and this is a windrower attachment that goes on the side. So when it spins, it hits that, and then the windrow drops. Excuse me, that's the theory. So you think, okay, well, that's a windrower then. So if I go into today's been like one of those days again. If I go into the Modhub and we go to windrowers and scroll across, we come to it there under windrowers. Okay, so the website says tedder rake, and here it's under windrowers. And it says a windrower arranges grass, hay or straw in windrows which can then be scooped up by forage wagons or balers. Nice. That also has the windrower flap that comes with it. 2,780 to buy. Working width of 3 metres, and this will use 5 slots. Options available. We can change the rim colour to any one of those 3, and we can change the main colour from red to green if you want to go down that route. So then comes the bit there's even more. It's just like I say, I don't know what's happening. I'm the one that should know. So when I hook up to this, like so, Lizard SS3, and back up a little bit, it gives me the option to put the windrower flap on, which puts that on the side. Lovely. So it says windrower flap. If I open my help menu, it says turn on tedder. Turn on tedder, fold tedder. So then I thought, okay, maybe it's got 2 functions. Maybe you can ted and windrow, but like separately. So I thought, if I don't do anything like fold the tedder or anything like that, actually if I do, let's fold that. There's a little thing at the back there that flips. I'll zoom in on that. So at the moment it's saying unfold tedder. If I try and turn it on now, it says first you need to unfold the tool tedder. So I'll unfold it. So now I'm thinking, okay, it's going to ted now then, isn't it? So turn it on. No, it's windrowing. So make your mind up. Are you a tedder or are you a windrower? According to this, a windrower. Now I haven't found a setting that allows me to ted, so it could just be a remnant left over from when it's been modded and put in. They've had to use maybe a tedding script for something and it says tedder on there kind of by accident. I've gone backwards and forwards, I've tried different settings, I've even tried that. Try and hire a worker, won't do anything. If I fold the tedder again, so fold it and think, okay, so I don't want it folded, I'll try and turn it on again, it just will not let me do anything unless it's unfolded. And it's just working as a windrow. So haven't been able to find out if I can get it to ted. I can't find an option for it, but then the website picture shows it actually tedding. So now I'm thinking, if I turn it off, what about if I disconnect that windrower flap? Will it now ted instead? It's not doing. Oh, okay. Ah, There we go. Blimey. So it is multi-purpose. So if I disconnect that, it now gives me the option to lower the tedder. So if I lower the tedder down, rather than just being a windrower now it's a tedder. That makes a bit more sense. I thought I was going mad. Which I suppose still begs the question though. I suppose if it does windrow and TED, what category do you put it in? It's got to be in one or the other, hasn't it? So I guess it had to be put somewhere and it got put in windrowers. So there we go. Well, that's some semblance of sanity returned, or at least restored. So then once you've tedded, I suppose you can then hook up the little rake bit on the side and then go back to windrowing again if you want to do that. It's quite narrow. I mean, obviously it's only going to be for small fields and small farming operations and stuff like that. You're not going to want to go mad with this, but let's get that to hook back up again. Windrower flap. Yeah, as soon as I disconnect that, you've got the option to lift tedder, connect it back up, and that option disappears. Right. Now it goes back to its windrowing function. There we go. Mystery solved. So that's the Dobulas. The Dobulas 3. That's by Polycount. Moving on to the last mod for today. And just to add even more confusion into the mix, I keep an eye on the Farming Simulator website for mods and when they drop. So when the mods drop, I normally keep an eye on it, and I'll see when mods are dropped. Normally updates happen first, then the mods gradually kind of filter in. This didn't appear on the website at all. So when I came into the actual Modhub in the game, I thought, hang on a minute, where's that come from? This is the FarmTech TG28. This is by WhiteBull Modding. This is a tiny little 3,000 litre muck spreader. I like the detail of the wood on the side. You can see the knots and stuff in it. Very nice. It is tiny. It's got a nice little animation on the back. But it's a nice little mod, this. If you're running a little small operation with a small field and just want to have a bit of a go, why not? Hook it up. L1 and X opens up the flaps on the back. Turn it on. Now away we go. Now obviously it's very small, it's very narrow. You're going to run out of manure fairly quickly because it doesn't hold a huge amount. If you are doing small fields and you're more than happy with going backwards and forwards and having a bit of chill time, just doing this and going back and refilling and going again, it's a nice little mod. The flow rate doesn't seem to be too bad, but like I say, because it's quite narrow, it's deceptive. The wider a spreader and the further it spreads, of course, the quicker it's going to unload. There you go. You'll find this undo. So I just stop and go back to bed. This is under manure spreaders, and it's really cheap as well. It's only £3 to buy. So 3,000 to buy, 3,000 litre capacity. Only requires 25 horsepower to run as well. So you can get away with a really tiny little the Fergies and stuff like that will work this, I would imagine. Where are we looking at for slots on this? Can't find it on my list. Right, let's go to garage. That says +5, so it's 5. So it'll be 5 slots for the TG28. There you go. And that's it for the mods for today. I apologise for any confusion caused. It just is what it is. Sometimes these things happen. Yeah, that's it for today. I hope you found it useful and semi-informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.